All right, this is gonna be OSZYI versus APERSON. OSZYI has Guillaume, APERSON has Shinobu. This is happening in discord.gg/Enten. That is ENTEN. And y'all may continue.
All right, bro, you can go ahead.
Right.
Start the argument.
All right, Shinobu over Doma, Doma over Guillaume, so therefore Shinobu over Guillaume.
All right, why is Shinobu over Dilma?
There's multiple instances where she's gonna be able to see, or there's gonna be multiple instances where she's seen to be able to outspeed Doma. And yeah, since I believe that Doma is above Guillaume, this would obviously entail that Shinobu's above Guillaume.
I don't think Doma is, accessing his full dispositions and, actually fully trying. I just think this is going to be more likely than the opposing interpretation because we see on the three, times he fights Shinobu,
Can you repeat that first
Inosuke,
part?
what part specifically? The part that I think it's unlikely that he was trying, or oh, I said he's not
Uh,
using his full dispositions, meaning like he's just not like using all his full power that he has access available to him. So, and why I'm saying this is unlikely, I mean, likely to be the case because we see him fight three times. Two out of the three times is Inosuke and Kanao, and he seems to not be trying. And if that's the case, I think this can give some credence to my interpretation that it's likely that he's not gonna try. And I don't see why Shinobu would just make him break out of character and why she should be the omission for him to start trying. Also, additionally, he seems to not use his techniques with his ice shit. And obviously, this is gonna be, obvious that if he were to use this techniques, it would be harder on Shinobu's end to, contend. And since he doesn't use this, he's literally limiting his pressures. And again, he's not really utilizing his full dispositions. So this being said, I just think it's likely within their fight that Snowmore wasn't trying. And forgive me for moving around. I'm cleaning my kitchen right now, but you can respond.
okay, how does the context given within the Kanao and Inosuke fight, how does that connect to the Shinobu fight? Can you provide that argument?
Okay, so it's just gonna like I'm building, a case. So I'm just saying what type of character he is, right? We have many characters in fiction, ones that like to toy or not try with their opponents. I'm just saying, given these empirics, I think Doma is gonna fit into this category. And if that's the case, I don't see why we should take it to be the case that Shinobu is some sort of omission.
Okay, can you show this disposition of Doma's?
Which ones exactly? The techniques or
Whatever ones you're in reference to.
so yeah, some of them would just be physicality, obviously, and the techniques. I don't really have scans because I really don't debate, but you know what I'm talking about.
I don't. Can
Like
you show
his
him?
ice tortures, the clones, the statue, the Buddha.
Can you show that?
I don't have. I just said I don't fucking have scans of Demon Slayer. I'm not a fucking Dorothy person. You know what I'm
Okay,
talking about?
obviously I'm positing that they don't exist, so like
Oh my god, here it is. All right. Does anybody have the scans? Because I don't really want to look for them. Yo, MZ, buddy, can you find the scans?
What do you want exactly?
Like just Doma, using his ice techniques like the Buddha and the clones against Kanao and Inosuke.
Yeah, sure, I got you. And just for clarity, y'all do colored scans okay, or y'all want just pure the ones with no color?
Egoed.
Is there any other scans you want, a person or no?
okay, that's for you to answer. You're the one asking for the scans.
All right, good response. Thank you.
Nigga, I'm obviously saying I'm not going to respond to it because it's not indexed to me, bro. Like he's getting scans for you.
Again, I don't debate. Like, what? Why would I have it on deck?
How did that answer what I just said? You know what?
He said he's getting scans from me. Yeah, I didn't disagree about
Yeah,
that.
and he's asking, do you want the colored or specifically the uncolored?
Who said that?
I did.
Retard.
Oh, I didn't hear you, my bad, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. Like,
Okay. I'll just get uncolored. Give me a moment.
You need a
While he's
link.
getting those,
Oh,
I'm a
yes,
bit
please. The link would
confused
be great.
how him using his further applications of his ice demon art or whatever that shit is called. I don't see how this justifies the proposition that he's not trying.
I mean, it's not solely that justifies my proposition that he's not trying. But again, like if I have like, let's say I'm a fighter and I fight with a fucking 2 swords and an axe, and I only decide to use my axe and not my 2 swords. If I'm like literally holding myself back, I'm indirectly hindering myself, and obviously that would just correlate to me not fully trying and utilizing all the abilities I have accessible to me. That would make me a superior combatant. So when I say he's
Okay,
not
if
using,
I'm questioning why it's in the case, I'm confused why you're providing an analogy that illustrates the proposition. Like I'm obviously asking for an argument.
you're asking for an argument, why? So
Yeah, I'm not asking you to explain the proposition to me. I'm asking you to justify it.
Does he stun lock?
Wait, just for clarity, were you looking for a specific chapter or just the instances of him utilizing the moves?
Stun lock
Am
doom
I
and
getting, am I
despair.
getting, am I getting fucking egoed? Like Ozzy, like what the hell?
Oh, you
Taser,
just like
taser,
completely
taser.
stunned, bro.
Yo, MZ, peep chat real quick.
I'm busy, and also don't be talking in the debate. It's just me because I'm asking for clarity.
Pull this shit in my room. Yo, get off ChatGPT and answer my question, bro. Hello.
hello, hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, hello, bro.
Okay,
I
we
can hear
we
you.
can hear you. Just to reiterate, in case you forgot, I'm just asking for the vindication for the proposition.
The what? The vindication for the proposition? Which proposition specifically?
The proposition you just made.
The one that if you're not using all your abilities, that you are somewhat hindering yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think people use their abilities in a fight for, a person?
Why am I being asked the question right now?
Why are you being asked the question? It's just for clarification.
Just to be clear, your proposition is that your conclusion or your proposition is that if you are not using all applications of your moveset, then you are not trying, correct?
So the justification is that in conjunction with the inductive cases with Kanao and Inosuke, yeah.
Okay. And I asked for
But I
justification and your
think
response
both like
was
independently are indicative like of my proposition. So even if you were to
okay, and
just
I asked for the justification and your response was what do you think moves are used for?
yeah, like why do you think people use their abilities in Demon Slayer rather than just not using them at all?
Okay, so I think this is just the burden shift, bro. Like
No,
I'm asking.
I asked you a question, okay, person? That's your little silly bitch. I'll spell out what a burden shift is.
Obviously,
Burden
you
shift,
asked
if
me
I
a
say
question.
X
That's
is
why the
true,
burden.
wait. If I say X is true and I ask you to prove otherwise, that's a burden shift, a person. So I would be having to demand you to do something. That would be a command. What I'm saying to you right now is a question, all right? There's a big distinctive difference, all right?
What?
So you think a command and a question are the same? I'm confused.
Okay, basically what happened is I'm asking you to prove why X is the case, and you just asked me
Okay,
question
just how
why
you're asking
for some
me
reason.
a question, right? And I'm dialectically obligated to
Not a
answer such
question. I'm
questions,
placing a
right?
burden, bro. Can you justify the proposition or not?
I didn't place the burden upon you. I think you're very lost in this conversation, a person. You look pretty retarded.
What do you think a question is doing?
A question is just seeking for an answer, like information.
And what do you think a burden is?
A burden is demanding someone prove something.
Specifically,
Specifically, what do you mean specifically? If I give you the definition, what are you confused about?
I just disagree with the semantics. I think a burden is just any sort of request for an answer.
A quest or an answer?
Yeah.
You think a
I mean, I
burden
think
is
this is
a,
pretty trivial, bro. Like,
wait.
I think
I
this is
think
pretty trivial. Like, regardless of if a question is a burden or not, like you're just not fulfilling your proposition.
I'm asking you something for clarification that I can, then expand on.
You can
Because
provide the
again, like,
clarification.
okay, so like we see that players use their abilities, or even demons, they use their abilities, and we consistently see within the story it's portrayed that when characters use their abilities, they're significantly harder to fight, which obviously which we can conclude would make them a superior combatant, right? Like when we see fucking Coco Shibo just clashing with Doma and no, he didn't clash with Doma when he clashes with Yume and Sanemi. Like they're somewhat able to keep up at its distance when they're just clashing swords, but when Coco Shibo decides to use some abilities, they seem to struggle a lot more.
Just
And
to be
this just
clear,
seems to indicate that it's the case that when demons or slayers use their abilities, it makes them stronger in the overall fight and puts more pressure on their opponents, making it harder for them to defend. And if it's harder for them to defend a tag safe person, it's going to be more likely that they get hit, and that hit could honestly cause them to be subdued and losing the fight.
okay, just to be clear, your original proposition was that if they are not using the furthest and or all applications of their abilities, then they are not trying.
No. I never said that they
It's
had to
on
use
rec. It's
all.
on
I
rec.
never said they had to use all.
I said all or the furthest, whatever you want to say. The furthest extent or application of their moveset, whatever that is, they have to do that in order to try. That was your original proposition
No.
on rec, and I read it down too after confirming with you. So obviously, my argument isn't that if someone is not using their abilities at all, then like I'm not questioning that. I'm just questioning why do they have to use the furthest extent of their moveset?
Why do they have to use the furthest extent of their moveset? I never really said that verbatim. You can go on the right. I just
If
says
you're
that.
if you
Wait,
disagree
wait,
with
just
that, you can.
wait. Hold
This
on, hold
this
on,
is
hold
like
on.
a Martin Bailey, bro. You can give your new proposition. Is it just going to be like if you use or
You're
if you
not letting
apply
me
like
done talk, buddy. All right. When
if
I
you
say
apply
that he
your if
didn't.
you apply your moveset,
Holy
like for
shit!
example,
Oh,
like if
can
a
you wait?
beginner was
Wait,
to
can you
start
wait?
using,
Wait, can you wait, buddy boy?
I wasn't even done talking. So
Yeah, but neither
are
was
you
I.
saying
And
are
you
you
just
basically saying
proceeded to talk.
are you basically saying that the characters must use like one of their abilities in order to infer that they are trying? Like for example, does a Slayer have to use like a breathing form in order to make this conclusion?
Does the have to use a brainstorm other? What I'm
Just
saying,
as an
if
example.
you're not wait, shut the fuck up, a person. What I'm saying, if you don't use your abilities, like yes, you can. Like let's say Rengoku, like yes, he was trying physically, but he wasn't. Even that being still, he wasn't giving it his all. Is what I'm saying. All right, but
He wasn't giving it his all.
okay, a
What do you
person.
index to when you say Rengoku?
Just to be clear, like his ninth form and shit. Just to be clear, do you think Duma without any techniques is stronger than a Duma with his techniques? Like you don't think there's a noticeable difference in their combatness?
I mean, if we're talking about combat efficacy, then sure.
Okay, yeah, so that's my point. Obviously, if a character is using their techniques, they're gonna be stronger opposed to when they're not. So again, Shinobu is, fighting someone who's again not at their full strongest, which you just agreed to. And then aside with in conjunction with my inductive case, it's just gonna lead me to believe that Doma's not fully trying, and we can conclude here because like you're kind of just talking about bullshit in my ears.
I'm not concluding. Okay, so when we're talking about if you're saying that the person trying has to use their abilities, like we see Doma use abilities against Shinobu, that's literally how her lungs get frozen. I think that's pretty retarded. If you're saying that if
No,
they
that's
use
no.
more
You're
abilities
not
against the
tracking a
Slayer, then
person. You're just
Slayer
not
can use.
fucking tracking. Okay, what I'm saying, this is the like distinctive of his desire, of his will, right? So you're saying he desires to try out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying despite his desires
What?
in this current moment. Wait, shut up, bitch. You hear me talking, right? All right. All right, so as I was saying, despite his desires, he himself is not at full power because you already granted me Domo with his techniques is gonna be stronger than a Domo without his techniques. So even if his desire is he's trying
In
physically,
terms of
just
overall
because
combat
wait, solely
efficacy,
due
I don't
to the
think
fact that he's not using his techniques, he still isn't at his strongest form of self, right? And I'm using this in conjunction with his actual desire with Inosuke and Kanata. That's why I brought up that statement. So not only does he not desire to try all out, even if he was, he isn't because he is not using his techniques, which you agreed to prior. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying they're one of the same. I'm saying the fucking one with the techniques entails something different outside of his desire. All right.
Okay, I'd like to clarify that when we said he's holding back his powers, we're talking about an overall combat efficacy. We're not talking about physically. Like I could literally steelman this and just say that he's trying. Like you basically just conceded that Doma can be trying physically, but he's not trying overall because he's not using like the
That's
extent of
not
his
what I'm saying.
ability.
Oh my god, you're not tracking. We can conclude.
Oh my
Why?
god, dude.
No, you're not tracking. You're
Yo.
lost. You're fucking lost.
Okay,
You're
so
retarded.
just to be clear,
You
just to
keep
be clear, the
saying,
question
bro, you
was
keep saying he's trying. I'm saying this is distinctive of that. My argument for him trying is the fucking inductive case I made prior a long time ago. What I'm saying now is external to his fucking desires, you stupid piece of little shit, that he's still not at his full power. What are you not understanding? It has nothing to do with what he wants or what he's trying to do.
okay. I'm saying that I can grant that, and based under the way you gave the argument, that doesn't contend what I just said. And I was
Based on the
explaining
way
why. If you're granting that, like I can grant that Doma is not trying in terms of his total combat efficacy, but if we're talking about simply his physicals and his perceptions, then it can still be the case that Shinobu is faster.
if you want to talk about Shinobu's faster, that's a distinct claim. You said overall. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna
I
assume when
said,
you say X is over Y, that's overall accounting for all
just to
their
be clear, MC,
characteristics and predicates.
did I
Yeah, I'm
not,
not
did I
talking.
or
But if you
did I
want to talk
not,
about wait, if you want to talk about
did I or
physicality,
did
yeah,
I
I
not
think
specifically, did I not specifically stipulate speed or?
no. You just said Shinobu's over Duma, Duma's over Yome. Obviously, I'm gonna account for all their predicates when you say this. I'm not gonna just
Yeah,
look into one
that was the
specific
initial
characteristic.
syllogism, but I later
I
clarified it
promise
was
you it
on
was, but
speed.
okay. Even if you want to say that, I still think my prior argument accounts for that.
How exactly? Go ahead.
Okay, because again, he holds back his speed against Kanao and Inosuke 2 out of 3 times he fights. We're seeing
Where?
in the show empirically. I'm not done talking empirically, right? So it just doesn't seem likely to be the case
Where?
that Shinobu is type of omission and that he'll just be trying on Shinobu if we have, 2 priors that makes us believe, or 2
That's not a
instances that
prior.
make
Do
us
you know
believe.
what
I
prior
know, I
means?
know. That's why I said 2 instances. That's why I changed up. That's why I stopped talking this instance. All right, you stupid bitch. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't see why this disposition applies to Shinobu if the disposition is only shown after. Like it could be the case
Yeah, I'm
that
saying,
Doma doesn't
okay,
have the
you're just not
disposition before and he has it
you're
now.
just not understanding shit. I'm categorizing his characteristics, right? If I'm like, you can still make a conclusion about who a character is based on.
Wait,
Wait,
hold on.
hold on. Wait, it happened in the same day, so I don't think it's like going to be likely to say that he just changed his character being within a few hours of beating the shit out of. No, not even a few hours. Canallery pulled up like 5 minutes after, so this just even makes it more absurd to say that he changed his whole being and characteristics just for
All right, I got a phone
Canallery
call.
and
Can you
Inosuke,
repeat
right?
that?
What?
I got a phone call. Can you repeat that?
Oh my fucking god, a person. What part did you not hear? Like, what part did you hear?
Like the start of it.
Okay, so I'm saying it's absurd to claim that Doma's character, his way of being, will change drastically within like 2 minutes frame because we see can now instantly pull up on Doma while this nigga is snacking on his big cousin or whatever, right? So I'm saying we can obviously make the inference off a 2-minute time frame that he's still the same character because it's just more absurd to just claim and cash out that it's the case that his character changed drastically in that short amount of time period. And there
Okay,
have
how is
been nothing, I don't think there have been anything to make his character change. So I think I
okay,
can
how is
still draw the conclusions, even if it's like on an instance that happened a little bit later and label it on the past. Like, I'm confused what's so wrong about doing that.
okay, I don't even see why we're arguing this. You had used these set empirics that you haven't shown, by the way. You used these set empirics to justify proposition that Doma
Okay.
would be
Oh, wait.
holding back.
Shut up. Yeah, MZ
Yeah, I
just
literally just let you talk for like 5
Yeah, but
minutes. Bro.
I don't want to hear you ratting about empirics. You know what I'm fucking talking about. I just want MZ to send the scan so I don't hear your bitch ass talking about it ever again. All right.
What
But
scan
Okay, so you
specifically?
agree that you haven't shown the empirics. Like what?
Wait,
So
wait,
why
wait,
are
wait,
you
wait,
talking?
wait. Chill. What scan specifically? Because I might have already sent them in the scans chat.
I didn't know there was scan chat.
But regardless, like based off of these empirics, you were justifying the proposition that Dome was going to be holding back. But we specifically clarified that this is indexed to his combat efficacy. And mind you, you agreed to it.
No. Now you're just not tracking me, person. What the fuck is
And
wrong
we
with
can
you?
conclude. We can
You have to
conclude.
like bend you over a beat you with a belt, you dumb bitch. Obviously,
We
what
can
I'm saying,
conclude. We
we
can
can conclude
conclude.
after I say this next point. And MZ, can you get the scans where Doma
Okay,
like
it's a
blitzes?
split decision where it's holding one side,
Shut
but
up,
I'm
bitch. I'm
getting
not
there.
talking to you. MZ, can you just get the scans where Doma takes Inosuke's mask and Canal
Depending on
sword?
what you say, I don't agree to conclusions.
But all right, a person obviously knows the scans I'm referring to, but I said right that I made two fucking pieces of evidence. One was the fucking combat efficiency overall. That's why I was bringing up techniques and shit. And the other one was physicality. That's why I brought up the next case with Inosuke Canal, where he's
Niggas
seemingly
lying.
holding his physicality back. That's not. You can go on the wreck, bro. It's okay that you're getting beat up. But
Yeah, you
anyway,
agreed to
yeah.
overall combat
Shut up.
efficacy.
I
That's
was gonna
fine.
talk, and you hear me, right? When you hear my voice, that means for you to be silent. All right. Thank you.
Okay,
All
he
right.
can interrupt me, but I can't interrupt him. That's fine. Go ahead.
You're obviously if you interrupt me, you know what? You're so retarded. I'm gonna let you talk, bro. Go ahead.
I already told you go ahead, so go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. My all right, my
Yeah.
go ahead.
What's the
Wait,
fucking flirting?
Okay, I already said that you were in indexed to combat efficacy. We clarified on this and you conceded to it, but you can go ahead.
Okay, that's just misconstruing the point. Again, two pieces of evidence. One piece of evidence was for that claim initially, and the other piece of evidence was for physicality. You're retarded. That's how I know you just have not been tracking my shit. You've just been strawmanning. No wonder
Oh,
you're
never
lost and you're a
go
stupid little
ahead.
dumb bitch. You are a grown man and you're lost, my nigga. How
Bro,
the fuck are you
go
gonna follow your
ahead and
child if you ever get lost? You just as lost as
provide
him,
the
you dumb little
oh my
bitch.
god, provide the argument. Provide it, please.
I already did, bro. Like that's just your fault, bro. I said this like
Yeah,
10
what are you
times in the
asking
rec.
MZ for?
You not fucking
What
listening.
exactly were you asking for MZ?
The scans were Doma
Okay, that's
took
what I'm
away his
asking you
sword.
for.
Wait,
So go ahead and get to
shut
your
up.
answer.
You asked me a question and then you're trying to talk over me. So I asked him for the scans where Inosuke got his mask took, Kana got his swords took, and then I wanted to see where they were clashing as well.
Okay, have it provided.
Huh?
Okay, so provide it.
I'm not sure why you're asking me that. Like I have the scans. But I just want you to know, like, that doesn't mean I didn't provide an argument prior. But
Are they in the chat?
the empirics? You think I'm not even gonna ask you that question? You're actually retarded.
Yeah, are the
But you
empirics
can
presented to me?
obviously not, bitch. Not yet.
Okay, that's what I just said. Like you're retarded. Like you're
I don't know.
contending before you're
You said
thinking
I
about what
didn't
I'm
give the
saying.
argument. That's distinctive. Actually giving
You're
empirics
providing a
for the
conclusion
argument.
before you even think about
That's
what
two
I'm saying.
different
So
things.
provide the
Right? 'Cause
empirics,
I
bro.
gave the argument. I just didn't give the empirics. 'Cause I'm not a
Provide the
girl who
empirics.
has scans
Just
on
to be clear,
deck.
what was the argument?
I'll
Yeah,
repeat.
I think
I'll
you're retarded. What was the
say it
argument?
once I get the scans, but I'm pretty sure everybody in here could perfectly repeat what I said for the past 20 minutes. But MZ, can you get the scans, buddy?
Which scans in particular? The Doma taking off Inosuke's
Where
mask?
Inosuke gets his mask off, Kanao gets their sword taken, and I just want Doma clashing with both of them.
All right, can someone else put that in scans chat? Because low-key, I don't feel like going back and figuring out what chapter that happened in.
Fire.
But if you want the chapters, it's 158 through 161. I don't feel like digging through it. So
All right, bro. It's been presented to you, bro. Go look for it. All right.
It's been presented to you. Go look for it. That was very
Even if I
clearly
sent it, wait,
oxymoronic,
dumbass.
You know what? I'll be good faith and go
Even
look
if I
for it
sent it in
anyway.
the server, you would still have to go look for it. So nice try, you dumb fuck. But
I
obviously,
wouldn't have to
bro.
look
All
for it
right,
because I'm looking
all
at the
right.
chat right now. It
Just to
would
be
come
clear,
up in front of
if
me.
I give you the evidence and you want to turn your big yam and look the other way, that's not my fault that you didn't look at it. I'm giving you where you
Are you
can find the
retarded? Like,
information, bro.
okay, that's not what it means to present. because, but obviously I'm already granting that I'll go look for it, just to be good faith, bro. All right,
Bro,
you
you
said
know the
when
stance I'm
Inosuke
talking
gets
about.
his mask. You said when Inosuke gets his mask taken.
Yep. And the canal gets their sword taken. That would be two characters on the same car getting somewhat
Okay,
blitzed.
how does this justify Doma holding back his speed?
Okay, so if he's able to just blitz two characters on the same level, it's going to be consistent that he's superiorly above them in terms of speed, into like in a margin as where he can outpace them, right? And that's the case, but we see them clashing in different instances. Is obviously going to make us believe that he has the disability, like he has the ability to just outpace them, but he chooses not to, which just makes us believe that he desires to not go all out.
Okay, so we would agree that when he does something like this, and he's toying with his opponent, like he'll demonstrate this gap while he's playing with them, right? Like he does it with Kanao when he's fighting Kanao to demonstrate this gap and play with her. He just
No,
randomly
no.
takes her sword.
I think
And
there has to be some sort of incentive. He took the Inosuke mask because there was incentive. Like he remembered, what the fuck is called his mother or some shit. I'm pretty sure it was like that. And
you
then
were told
Canal, he was just trying to make some. Wait, hold on.
he remembered his mother after taking the mask because their faces were the same. So I don't see
I'm
how
pretty
you're
sure.
using that
I'm
as
just pretty
credence
sure his
or incentive
interest
for
was.
him taking
Wait,
the
hold
mask
on.
in the first
His
place.
interest was just peaked at the mask, so he just took it, and then he remembered. Like he still has some sort of
No,
incentive
he
on why
just
he
took
wants
it.
to
He
take it,
took it
right?
for the same
But
reason he took Kanao's sword.
he took it for the same reason he took Canal Sword. Why was that? And that
Yes.
being what?
That being just to demonstrate the gap in speed and playing with them, as you said.
He was already all right. So the incentive is to play with him, right? He already plays with Shinobu because she's making Shinobu believe that she can avenge her sister, which she truly cannot be. So the incentives are really fulfilled. So there would be no incentive to just demonstrate the speed gap to play with him because she already is playing with him like mentally. And on top of that, he does tag her a bit. And even if you want to say, oh well, that doesn't really matter because Shinobu is still. I mean, is weaker or something like that. It still demonstrates the speed gap, so it doesn't really matter the time period in which he does it. He still does it at the end of the day. So you honestly just brought up pure irrelevant shit because his incentive is already fulfilled and he did demonstrate that speed gap. We couldn't conclude. You're honestly dog shit.
I'm not agreeing to conclusions. Okay, when
Bro,
you
how long do you
provided
want to
the
go,
empirics
bro?
for
It's been
shut
25
up,
minutes,
bro. Oh
bro.
my god, I'm actually about to mute this nigga, bro. Like holy
Like,
shit.
I can't unmute myself.
No.
A good one, bro. We're ending
Like
after
this
what you say. I
guy,
really don't care to
like
continue,
he
bro. This
keeps
is going too
complaining
long.
about getting it. He keeps complaining about getting interrupted, but I literally spoke 5 words before he started talking again. Like okay, when you provided the empirics to make some sort of induction, I guess, about Doma's disposition and his willingness to play with his opponents, I think these incentives imply that typically when he's playing with his opponent, he's going to first demonstrate, or at some point, demonstrate an extreme gap in
Yeah,
speed,
we can
or
close down first.
demonstrate the disposition, or not the disposition, but the discrepancy in their powers. Like for example, when he takes Kanao's sword, as you brought up, or when he takes Inosuke's mask, as you brought up, when he's playing
Yeah,
with
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
characters, he
Yep.
first demonstrates how much faster or how hopeless their situation is, and then he continues to mess with them. But this is never the case with Shinobu. He never has the opportunity to blitz her, and it's just going to be more likely, or it's going to be more parsimonious, that since he has the incentives, whenever he's quote unquote playing with his opponent, if he doesn't do it against Shinobu, then it's just going to be more parsimonious that he's actually trying, but he just physically cannot.
I already addressed that. I'm not sure monkey ears didn't pick up on what I said, but I said he did do that in the given time frame where as they
When did he
fall,
blitz Shinobu? When did he blitz
whenever he
Shinobu?
got
Go
a
ahead.
collarbone,
That wasn't a
the
blitz. They
collarbone
tagged each
attack.
other. Go try again.
What do you think it means to blitz somebody, Chris?
I think a blitz is to move faster than what someone can react to, at least efficiently.
Okay, and if she couldn't sufficiently, I'm just curious. If she could, well, I'm stuttering. Sufficiently react to something, do you think she would just let this nigga just hear her shit, her collarbone, her lungs, and her ribs? A person?
What I mean by sufficiently is that number
No, answer
one,
my
she's
bro.
going
Just
to be
answer
in
my
a
question. Answer
position.
my question. Answer my question, please.
Okay, I'm clarifying. What I mean by sufficiently is that if they're going to be focused on like for example, if you see an attack coming at you, what I
Are
mean
you
by
trying to imply
sufficiently
that
is
she
that
didn't
they're
see
going to
the
be able to
attack?
move out of the way. No, I'm
What do you-
implying that she's going. I'm implying that there's going to be a conjunction of pressure, which is just going to be her attacking him.
Her attacking him?
Yeah, like
I
her
think she
attacking him.
had. Wait, I think she had the time to. Like, when do you
You're
think
never
this happened? Like,
justifying that.
wait. Hold on. I think it could be the case that she had time because, like, it looks like she got
Why?
the
Go ahead
attack
and
off. Wait,
justify
shut
that.
up, please, shut up, please shut up. All right, I think it could be the case because she seems to have got the attack off, jumped over him, and there happens to be no blood spilled on the floor. So this leads me to believe that it could have happened after she already done the attack, and thus she would have no concentration because she already used the concentration because she already pulled off the objective, which was to attack him. So now she's obviously she should prepare as a Hosher or Demon Slayer, prepare for a counter attack. So obviously, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't really think that your interpretation is just going to go through here.
I don't think it's displaying. You can provide the argument as to why it's going to be separate in terms of chronological time and not in terms of just simply delayed effect for a certain
Okay,
for a
okay.
certain.
Just to be clear, I never said it has to be the same. I said it could be, unless you want to provide some
I said
sort of
provide the argument. I never said why it has to be.
why it has to be.
Yeah, why would we take this to be the case rather
I'm not
than
saying you have to
another,
take it to be the case, a person.
or why should we?
You're conflicting the
Why
two
ought?
ideas again, right?
Why
You
should?
said you said why ought to again. That's not what I'm saying, a person. Do I have to explain it one more time?
Okay, if you're not saying that we ought to take this, then that was pretty much trivial, and I
No,
can just
no,
skip
no,
it so
no.
we can move
It's
on.
not true. If we had two
Okay,
hypotheses,
if we don't,
wait.
oh
Hold
my
on.
God,
If we had
you're
two
not saying that
hypotheses,
we ought take this
wait, shut
translation,
up,
or
shut
if we
up,
ought
shut
take
up,
this
shut up, shut
interpretation.
up,
I'm not
shut
going
up.
to. If you're saying that we're not going to, or if you're saying that,
Okay, when you say ought to,
um,
that means it's necessary, right? I'm not saying it's
are you
necessary because I'm
recording?
not saying shut up. When you ought to do something, it's a must. And a must is a just synonym word for a necessary. And again, it's not necessary because I'm not saying it is, I'm saying it's possible. So you're conflicting the two ideas again, a person. So I'm not sure why we ought to. And yes, ought to means like
Yo.
ought equals necessary in the words of OSZYI, bro. Holy blunder.
Oh shit.
Wow. Okay, just to be clear, if I say that, just to be clear, if I say that you ought or you should go to the store, does that mean am I saying that it's necessary for you to go to the store? Like there's no possible world in which you do not go to the store?
well,
Yeah.
obviously there's a possible where I don't go to because I don't have to listen to your bitch ass. But obviously, if I just
That shit was not funny, bro.
mistake, wait, shut
Can
up.
you answer the question?
Obviously, wait, shut up.
If I say you
Obviously, if
ought
I
go to
just
the
got
store, does that mean
mistaken.
there's no possible world in which you don't go to the store?
You said what?
If I say you ought go to the store, does that mean that there is no possible world in which you don't go to the store?
Again, your word, I don't have to abide by it. Neither does your word actually have like some truth
Can
maker
you answer
value.
the
But
question?
I'm saying why it's irrelevant, so that's I don't have to. But even such drop
Because
this
these are the
trivial fake. Wait,
semantics by which
shut up,
you.
bitch,
Oh
shut
my
up.
God.
I'm not about to waste another 10 minutes of my life arguing about a just a trivial point. Like, sure, let's say I got the semantics on the word ought wrong. Sure, that's my bad. But again,
Okay, thank you.
even if
So
we
can
like
I
at a
can I
default, wait, hold
continue?
on. At a default standpoint, we have two hypotheses, a person. We don't we shouldn't like just jump to a conclusion and say we should believe this one just at a face value. So obviously when I posit it could be the case. I'm not really saying that I'm at the given moment, I'm not saying we should or shouldn't take it. I'm just saying there's two hypotheses, there's two interpretations, right? So it with no further given context, neither should be taken as true. All right. So obviously that's what I was trying to, imply when I said it could be the
Yeah,
case.
obviously.
Because again, my argument,
Okay,
your argument is
that
contingent
implies.
upon this. That's why I just provided equal interpretation because it's not hurt my view or anything. If we just have equal interpretation, we end the debate a person. So that's why I
I don't
obviously
think.
said I don't really care to, or I'm neither am I obligated to prove that we should take it to be true.
What? You were the one who posited the initial interpretation, but you know what? I'm
You're
just going to
retarded.
take
You're
your word
retarded.
upon
I
myself.
just explode. We can
Um,
conclude. I'm actually I'm tired of me, bro. I'm tired. I just came
obviously,
off work. You're being retarded.
oh my God, like he literally does. He keeps complaining about getting interrupted, and I literally spoke 2 words.
The
Okay,
difference is
obviously,
that Okay, my
Yo.
fault. That was my fault. I'm not gonna lie though.
Obviously, I'm taking it to be the case that these are not equal interpretations. And I'm saying this because my interpretation is just simply going to be more parsimonious because number one, within the series, we see multiple instances of a delayed reaction. A delayed reaction is just going to be when
Okay,
an
you're
action is
retarded. You're
done.
retarded. You're retarded. No, stop.
Did I
We
interrupt this
also
guy?
wait. No. Do you not think that we also see counterattacks in the fight, like in the series? I'm confused.
We don't ever
Like
see
both
counterattacks that are not explicitly shown, no.
that are not consistently shown. What do you mean it wasn't shown? Like she literally got cut.
Like shown in a way that like by what you're positing is happening or can be happening here, which is Doma gets hit after Shinobu leaps away. He somehow turns around and like perception blitzes her somehow and goes back to
No,
his
we
original
were
state.
literally shown it. What are you talking about? Like we literally
Where
see
were we
Doma
showing it?
when the attack is done, bro. Like we literally see Doma like right behind her, and she literally just got hit. Like I
Are you
think that was the
retarded?
instance. Wait, just to be clear, like I don't think the series has ever like you have to show the point of contact in which they get hit, bro. Like
When did I say have to? I said it's typically shown to be the case. That's blunder number 359. And obviously, Doma's going to be behind Shinobu because Shinobu literally leaps past him after cutting him. You're retarded. And obviously, I'm saying that in this same scene, it could be a delayed reaction and not necessarily should, like, Doma somehow turning around, perception blitzing her, and then going back to his original state. That obviously
okay,
makes some sort of assumption that my interpretation doesn't. You're retarded. Go
well,
ahead.
why did Shinobu seem puzzled by the fact that she got cut? Then I'm gonna
I don't
ask
think she was puzzled. Can you provide that argument?
the question mark in her sentence.
Where was the question mark? Can you provide it?
Yeah, chapter 161 to 163. There's the that
Shinobu's
one.
not in 163. She was dead. Retard. Can you
Okay,
provide
well,
it?
159 or 160 to 161, bro.
Okay, if I just said she was dead in 163, what made you say 169? You're dumb.
I said 159 to 169. Are you stupid?
I'm glad you said 169. She was
And you're
dead in
just lying on
159.
God. That's good for you, bro. I'm proud that
She
you're,
was dead in 159. Can you
publicly
provide
just
it?
lying on God, bro. Good job, bro.
Lying on God, you want to put money on it? She was dead. Bro, the
That's
fight's
not.
been over.
Oh my God, that's like mistracking error number 3. When I say you're lying on God, I'm saying that that's indexed to you saying that I said 169 a person. I know you have a
You did
trouble
say
time.
169.
Wait, monkey.
Okay, I
Right?
can grant
Calm
that.
down.
You know what? I
Wait,
can grant that. You said 159.
monkey. Are you could grant
Okay, I
what?
can grant that you said 159. Sure. Just Shinobu still was long dead.
159 and she was dead.
Yes, she was long dead.
Okay, so 141 to 143, bro.
141 to 143. All right. Where exactly is this question mark?
Somewhere in the chapter, buddy.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be good faith and provide it for you. This question mark doesn't exist. After she gets hit, she merely exclaims, or she essentially enunciates the fact that she got hit. Not necessarily that she is confused as to why or how she got hit. She's just exclaiming that she did get hit, and it's obviously more detrimental to her than for someone like Yome, and she literally explicates on this later.
Nah, buddy, this is why is this not a fake panel, buddy? Huh?
Why is it not a fake panel? This is W rhetoric. We can conclude. She was like,
I'm joking, but obviously it's a delayed effect. I mean, he still wait. Did you still said that he shows some gap between them by like saying that he can harm them, correct? Something along the lines like he just
yeah,
wants to demonstrate.
okay, I can
He
clarify.
just
I
wait.
can clarify. You just tried to express my argument. I'll just clarify so you don't misconstrue anything. So when
Okay.
you was providing the argument for Dome's disposition, I'm saying that this same said disposition also implies that when he sees these people he wants to play with, he typically demonstrates a gap in their strength, whether that be and that's typically in the form of a speed blitz, like when he takes Kanal's sword or when he takes Inosuke's mask.
No,
But my contention is
I don't
that
agree with that. I think it just has to be something detrimental to them because we see, say, he feels publicly embarrassed that he got the mask removed. A canal, like you get your sword taken by a slayer, that's like your number one trophy. That's how you kill
yeah,
demons.
it's something emasculating, but not necessarily like literally detrimental, like like a literal injury.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
we can agree
right.
on that.
Either
He never
either
does
way,
this.
like I still think there's some correlation between getting your collarbone and your what's it called? Lungs, ribs just fucked up. Your sword being taken away and your mask being taken away. I think these all just contribute some disrespect towards the Slayers. What I still think that fits into your interpretation. Like you also see that like what
Okay, do
happens
you
to the
think
players are
you think
different. Like
Kobe
Canal, wait, shut up, like shut
okay,
up. Like with Canal's swords, face the mask. Shinobu is just her getting attacked. So either way, these slayers all correlate to the same attribute that is being bitched by Doma in some way, shape, or form. So I don't really care. Like according to your claim, like it just
okay,
happens. At some point in the time period, it just happens, and it does happen.
okay, so you're saying that attacking someone is indicative or can be indicative of disrespecting your opponent?
Yeah.
That sounds. I think you realize how absurd that sounds. Like, okay, do you think Kokushibo was disrespecting Yome when he attacked Yome?
I don't. I'm not too sure. I haven't read that fight.
Okay, would you agree that Kokushibo does attack Yome?
Okay, just to be clear. All right, let me just like express what I mean. Let's
Yeah,
say
please
you're
repeat
trying
it
to fight.
because
Wait,
that's
hold on. Let's hold
really
on,
bad.
hold on. Let's say you're trying to fight like a nigga named Tyrone. Like he just fucked your mother, right? He called you a bitch to your face, and you try fighting this nigga, and he just beat the shit out you in some way or form. Like he fuck up your collarbones. You're not gonna find that that's some type of disrespect given the context.
No, I just think he injured me within the battle.
So you wouldn't find that disrespectful.
For him to attack me and his attacks just end up
Given the context,
injuring my collarbone.
given the context of what I just said.
Like me and Tyrone are fist fighting, and like let's say he breaks my
No,
jaw
no,
or
no,
something.
no, bro. I said Tyrone. He fucked your mother. He called you a bitch. He called your whole family a bitch. And you try addressing this scoundrel, and he just absolutely mollywops your shit. Like you're not gonna and like no matter of fact, hold on. Actually, let me
No,
add
I
on
don't
more to
think that
that. Wait.
that
Let's say he
sounds
makes you
definitive.
believe. Wait, shut up. Let's say he makes you believe. Oh yeah, you're gonna get avenged for your family. You're gonna avenge yourself. You're gonna prove you have self respect. And then out of nowhere, he just changes that whole narrative. And now that you're just the one getting bitch, and now you have hopes of avenging any of your family or yourself, and you're never ever gonna gain your manhood ever again. I think that's just similar to what's happening with Shinobu.
Okay, how does that connect? Why is that the case?
Why is what the case? Oh, because maybe that she was trying to avenge her dead sister, and Doma. It was obviously seen Doma. Shinobu was like somewhat hitting Doma, so obviously that plays into the narrative that he's making Shinobu have this belief that she could possibly get avenged, and that she just gets killed practically.
Okay, how does this justify Doma not trying?
You're retarded. This is like subpoint what number 20. But again, this
Okay,
justifies Doma
you're
not trying
attacking
because
that
it
with
justifies. Wait, shut up. Because it justifies my inductive case, and in that case, it's just gonna be likely that my proposition is true opposed to
Are you
yours.
retarded?
And
Just
yeah,
to be clear. Oh my God. Just to be clear, an induction is just going to be based off of like most
obviously, Chris,
people.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, obviously, but honestly, when we debate, we typically just say
Okay, if
if
I
we're
was I
like,
was about to say that it wasn't
yes,
even a valid
obviously,
induction. So if
Chris,
you agree with
obviously,
that,
you're not a fucking genius. All right, shut
obviously it's
the
not a
fuck up.
valid induction. Okay, we're moving on. Like what the hell you
What?
just conceded? That's what I just said. I was about to say that wasn't a valid induction, and you said obviously. So you just conceded. Like what the hell? We can move on.
Okay, just to be clear, when we talk, you literally brought up probability so much times in this argument. So obviously, what your proposition is gonna, try to invoke is not gonna be certainly true. Obviously, it's just typical in the intellect on Discord.com about Demon Slayer. We're gonna talk about what's more likely because we don't have any like definitive proof. Neither did you. That's why you brought up parsimony a lot of the
How,
time. Parsimony is simply a
how was
tool
I
to
the one
evaluate two
bringing up
hypotheses.
probability and you were
Oh my
making the
God! Please
induction?
shut up. Please shut up. All right.
How was I bringing up probability and you were the one making the
Okay,
induction?
just to be clear, you don't think parsimony is a tool to evaluate probability and hypothesis?
Are you retarded? Can you answer my question?
How did you bring up probability by opening your mouth, you dumb fuck? That's how you did it.
I said, and you were the one making the induction. I don't think parsimony
We
is
can conclude,
necessarily
bro. I'm not gonna lie. Get on my ear, bitch. We can conclude. I don't care. I don't care at this point. It's been 30
okay.
minutes. I have shit to do, bro. I'm not gonna engage, bro. Shut the fuck up.
I'll just make the conclusions then. Like, okay, obviously he was saying that Doma's going to have the disposition to not try against his opponents, and he tried to bring up empirics that would justify this, or at least bring up probability raisers. And it's going to be Doma like blitzing Kanao and Inosuke and how he's playing with them. And I just said typically when he displays this disposition, I basically steelman the argument, and I said as typically when he displays this disposition or when he enacts this disposition, he typically shows a massive gap, or he shows the gap between him and his opponent. And that's typically in the form of a speed blitz, like when he takes Kanal's sword or when he takes Inosuke's mask. Like he'll typically demonstrate this speed gap against the person he's playing with. Since this is never shown with Shinobu, I just said this was going to be more parsimonious, that this incentive is not there because he's not playing with her. And I think there was just multiple propositions he justified. And I think eventually, when did I say I was done with my conclusions? Can you shut up?
Hurry up,
Thank
bitch.
you.
Hurry up. All right. Daddy gives permission. All right, go.
And then eventually within the argument, he essentially concedes that his own argument or his own induction was invalid because I had verbatim said that his induction was not valid, and he said, obviously, that's the case.
Or just to be clear, that obvious shit was indexed to something else. He just wants to be retarded. Obviously, he never told us how we should handle two opposing induction cases, because I have an induction case towards mine. He has an induction case towards his. He never ever fucking justified which is more fucking pragmatic. And if that's the case, we just stuck with an issue that's not resolved, and that's which inductive case is more stronger to support each other's propositions. And if that's the case, even if his fucking induction gets granted, he still never, argued why his induction should be valued over mine. And I'm pretty sure I dismantled that induction regardless. But even if I didn't, it really doesn't matter. This nigga lost the debate and he was lost for a majority of the rec, and we could just end it, bro. I forgot what we was talking about, so we could just end it.
Niggas retarded. I never brought up a separate inductive case, by the way.
Yes, bro, you're opposing, bro, your little whole objection to my fucking inductive case was in another inductive case about how he showed. Shut up, bitch, shut up. You hear your daddy talking, nigga. Let me talk, all right? So as I was saying, you brought up an induction to oppose mine being, he typically just shown a speed blitz. And
I wasn't a separate inductive case. I was using the exact same empirics you were using. So if you're going to say that the